Hello, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a continued follower, welcome back. Today, we're going to get creative. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do this. How cool is that image? That's basically using this and the bits I have in front of me. I'm going to show you how to do this so you can create an image like this yourself. Let's get into it. All right, well, let's get into this. Here's all the little bits and bobs that we're going to use to actually create that image. That image is not yet created. I created it at the end of this video and then simply put it in at the beginning. So right now, I don't really know how it's going to look or how things are going to work out. We're going to work through all the little problems and things that go on. So without further ado, let's get into it. So say, here's our product here, some Ritz crackers. And my thought process to this is I want them kind of exploding kind of out, and I wanted some kind of in the air. That's why we have the little helping hands there. But this is what you get. Not very many crackers in the bag, and I've already sorted out the best ones. So let's put our product on set. I've got kind of a marble background here, and I've got that kind of whitish grungy wall in the back. So we will get into the lighting in that at the end. Right now, we've got to figure out this setup. So in order to do this, I need my helping hands, and you can see they're not tall enough. I need to raise it. So first off, I grab this little block here and I put it in behind. Now, it's not tall enough. So I had to put another box on top of that box. Now I can take my helping hands and I can put them, or it, or what, onto it. Now I've got the height I need over the box. And the good part is, when I line this up, you do not see the helping hands base or the side of it, because this is going to be a straight on shot, as you saw. So everything's hidden. Now my arms are up and above. I can get them into the positions that I want. Now, in order for me to get the crackers kind of sitting at the top of the box, you don't get very many crackers in a bag. So I need to raise it. So let's take a piece of 2x4. Boom. Yeah, see, just a piece of 2x4. Put another one in. Bonk. There we go. Now, I'm up to the top of the box, which is what I want. But I don't really want the bag. I just want the cracker. So I'm going to do a trick that I've done before in the past with food photography. And that is simply take some tin foil and shape it to sit in the top. Now, I've already kind of done that. And there's my little piece here. It's just kind of a little cup. But it fits inside the box like this, and it fills the top of the box up. Now when I stand this in front, let's make sure we're hiding in behind. Now I can put my crackers there and there. So that gives me the illusion now that this is kind of coming out of the box. I've got the helping hands here, and they are semi-helping. They don't totally bend the way I would absolutely like. The wire inside just doesn't absolutely do it. But now, unfortunately, these clamps, and I'm staying seated just so I can stay in the video and it makes it easier for you guys, but then I can just wheel around. The clamps are really strong. They simply just bite through the cracker. So I needed a way of keeping the jaws open a bit. So what I'm using here, if you can see that, is a rivet. If I put the rivet in the back of the teeth of this, like this, it keeps the mouth open part way. That way, it's not chewing right through the cracker. And I would like to try and match these four. So I need the triangular one first. Pray we don't break this cracker, because I will have to hunt for another one. So I kind of want it like in the picture. So there we go. Now I'm going to take this arm and I can move it carefully like this. So I'm kind of matching the picture. I don't want it perfect to the picture, but I want it close to the picture. Now let's go through and do some of the others here without knocking everything all over the place. So you're going to have to bear with me while we go through, and I'll probably just speed this piece up. Oh, I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think about that? 2 thumbs up? So that's our basic setup. That wasn't too bad at all. I had pre-worked out a couple of things. One being the boxes. I had to figure out how high I needed this, so I just pre-grabbed them versus having you watch me run around trying to find objects to get the right height. The same with inside the box here. But yeah, that is our setup. Now, we could again put some crackers, find some better ones, and just throw some crackers, but we need good ones like thus, just to add a little extra into it. That's it. That's all there was to this little setup. I'm going to show you in Photoshop how to get rid of all the arms and get the crackers so they look like they're just exploding out. That's our basic setup. The camera is going to come here. Now for lighting, hang on here, let me just grab a light. This is not the one I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a great big softbox. But if I use a great big softbox, you won't see anything but a great big softbox. That's why I didn't bring a light in on set yet. So there's our light. It's going to come in roughly on that angle. Now, because I'm on a bit of an angle, bright on one side, darker on the other, I can simply use a bounce card on this side, right? Let me move my light back out of the way, and that's why I haven't brought the softbox in. You wouldn't see anything. So I can use the card here to bring some light back in. If I need to make it taller, I simply rotate my clip, stand it like that. I can reflect some of the light back in so I get that more even light look to it, but still a little shadowing on this side. That's it for the light setup. So let's get into Photoshop. Well, almost made a grave mistake. Before we get into Photoshop, I've got to take a photo with some of this gone because we're going to erase things and I need the background before photo, the background after photo. So what I need to do is I need to take our helping hands out of the way, then I need to take the photo. All right, I've got both the images into Photoshop now, and you can see there's a little bit of a problem. When I took the picture, the box moved. Now normally you would add this layer here on top of your blank layer, and then you would come in and erase the arms. An easier way, especially when the sets move like this, is to drag the good background on top of the bad, give it a second to load in, then on the right hand side here, create a layer mask, click on the layer mask. On the left side, make sure you're on black. Then I can change the opacity here and we can see what's going on underneath. I'm just going to zoom in and you can see how the writing's off on the box. That is because I moved the camera when I took the photo by accident. But doing it this way, by putting the blank on top, it's not a problem. Now I'm going to change the opacity a little bit. Come over on your left side, pick a soft brush, and you are simply going to paint in what you want. So I'm not erasing, I'm actually bringing back. It's the opposite of what a lot of people teach you. So if I simply come and do this, now I am doing this really quick. It is not going to be pretty. You need to take your time and make sure that you're doing a great job. Now, if you accidentally make a mistake and you've got some of the background that you don't want in, then I will show you that in a second. Let me just grab this last one. I'm trying to do this quick because otherwise the video is going to get way too long and you guys are going to lose interest and won't want to watch it anymore. So that's it with the crackers. Let me change my opacity back out. Boom. There we go. There's my crackers floating. You can see it is not pretty. See how I got that bit of a mistake there? Let's shrink our brush. Come over here, change it to the white side, and look at that. I can make it go away. So I can clean up the edges where I've got a bit of an issue. So if I come back here, do that, come back to not fill screen, fit the screen, that gives you the idea right there of my crackers flying out of the box. I think that looks pretty good. You've already seen the finished image. I think it's awesome. That's it for Photoshop. That's how easy it is. When you've got the mistake, put the good layer, the background, this one, on top of the one that's got all the arms and everything else. No problem. It's done. It's dealt with. Well, there you go. Now, one other little thing to help sell the image in Photoshop that I didn't show you is if you add a bit of motion blur to the crackers up above, it'll show that there's a bit of motion and it actually looks like they're flying out. I didn't show you that in there, but it's easy enough for you to apply that. Anyways, I want to keep this short. I've already gone very long on this video. That's it. It was a lot of fun, creative idea, great image. Now you guys should be able to do it as well. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're aware when I post new videos like this. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. So, until the next time.